Hi everyone, welcome back to Being ACCA. Today we are bringing a very important video which will be 10 minutes, 10 tips for exam preparation. So let's begin.
Okay, so the first tip that we have for you is that consistency is the key. So if you are consistent in your preparation, small efforts every day will add up to your preparation and you will do really well on your exam day. So just be consistent. Even if you are doing small portions in one day, just be consistent with it. Regularity is very important.
True. So next tip is leave your pen paper aside. We as Indian students have a habit of actually preparing all of the exams in pen and paper, writing the calculations down. But obviously in ACCA we don't get this leverage. So it is important that from the starting only you're preparing you're practicing on the ACCA practice platform and not using pen paper at all. It depends. If you are going to a center, you can do minute calculations on your pen and paper because they do provide you with the pen and paper. But mind you, if you are giving your exams remotely, pen and paper is not an option. So yeah.
Okay, so the next tip that we have for you is please stop looking for shortcuts. There are no shortcuts to success. If you want to achieve something that is of a good stature, you are pursuing ACCA exams, so there is no shortcut. You have to studying is the only option, although you can do smart work and not hard work, but there are no shortcuts.
Yeah. So next tip is that please do not ignore theory. We know that there are many practical papers in ACCA which are conceptual obviously, but that doesn't mean that you have to skip theory like PM, FM, even FR. These are all the papers which are mostly driven by practical part of it, but then theory is equally important in these. I remember when we gave our PM paper, majority of the questions, like I would say 30 to 40% of the paper was actually from the theoretical aspect of PM. So ignoring the theory portions in any of the professional or skill level paper and even knowledge level paper is not recommendable at all.
Right, so the next tip that we have is practicing is the key. So you cannot avoid practice. If you want to clear your exam, practice is very important. Also make sure that whenever you are practicing, you time bound yourself. You know that the 1.8 minute per mark is the classic rule. Use that rule to your advantage. We found that rule useful right from the beginning till the end of our qualification. I think you will agree with that. So and also do use the practice platform. It will help you a lot on your exam day. You will know what functionalities are there, what can you use in your answers wherever whichever section the questions appear in. So do use the practice platform. It is completely free. It is a very useful resource in your preparation.
Yeah, so the next tip that we want to give you people is that type and learn answers, especially in papers like AA, in papers like AAA, even knowledge level papers, BT and law. I think whenever you are preparing for any theoretical paper, it is important for you to actually understand the case study first of all very well, and then understand the requirement well. Once you are done with that, make sure that you are writing your answer first, and then afterwards you are actually comparing your answer with the examiner's answer. And even if it is like 50 to 60% same, I think you are good to go, provided that you're covered with the important phrases, important terms, and important
the keywords.
The keywords. Yeah.
They're
So
very important.
if you are covered with those, I think it is important. You are good to go. So it is always important to do, because I have seen so many students just reading all the theoretical portion because they think that they know it, but actually they don't. So an example I would like to give is of the procedures in AA and AAA both. We tend to think that we know the procedures well because they're very basic, come on, but then when we actually go on to write those procedures, we are blanked out because we don't practice enough. We don't write and learn, right? So it is important that you are writing, and by learning I don't mean you have to ratify or something. You don't have to actually learn, but you have to understand, and you have to understand the keywords from that sentence. So
this will only help you to be able to write and draft your own answers at the day of the exam. So this is just for you. This is not going to help anyone else, only you, right? So the next tip, the 7th tip that we have for you is that the past papers and the mocks are literally the ladder to your success. We have seen this even on the professional levels. The importance of past papers is tremendous. It cannot be quantified how important they are. So it is very important to practice those past papers, and it would be like all the more better if you do them on the practice platform.
Yeah.
And regarding the mocks, it will be really amazing if you get one mock checked by an expert tutor or a mentor who has themselves done the paper, so that they will be able to help you and give you constructive feedback, and you will know which areas you have to improve upon before your exam.
Very true, very true. So the next step I would like to give is that attend revision mocks, like revision webinars. I'm sorry. So it is important that you actually, there are many tutors for specific subjects that have their webinars on YouTube. So you don't have to pay anything for that. But even ACCA has their own official webinars, which are equally important, and they will, give you a understanding of how to write answers. Like obviously different tutors have their own techniques, so you can just identify which techniques work for you, and then of course then you can try it on in the mocks, and then of course you can write it down and then understand if the techniques works for you, and then of course you can see if it works, right? So it is important to see if it is important to watch the webinars and understand how the answers are written, and also of course they help you with the revision part of it, because most of the webinars do a complete full-fledged syllabus revision. So when I gave my AAA again, like I resat for my AAA exam, webinars were the only thing I used to watch. Like if I am giving an exam in September, I would even watch the webinars of the previous attempt, which is June, which is, I think they are equally good. So
Useful also.
yeah, useful also. So webinars is the key.
Okay, so the next one is that the pre-mocks that are released by ACCA so this time we are close to the September attempt, so the pre-September mocks will be released by them, and this is very important considering the fact that they are directly coming from the people who will be setting your paper eventually on the day of the exam. So practicing that will not only give you an exposure to the kind of questions that will be tested in the exam, but also provide you the confidence that okay, if you were able to solve questions of the pre-September mock, you will also be able to solve the questions that come up in your actual exam.
Yeah, but mind you, it is not like the same questions would appear.
It is not the paper that is
Yeah.
leaked over here. You can say that it is a taste of what you're going to get on your exam day.
Yeah, the questions might come little similar, little upper level or lower level, it depends. But
the level would definitely be moderate. So
okay, so the last tip we would like to give is seek help. If you are stuck anywhere in your journey, even if like tomorrow is the exam and today you're thinking, oh god, I don't know anything, then also I would say that if you have a tutor, if you have taken classes from somebody, message them. It is very important. Message them, ask them how can they help you. They will definitely motivate you, and that will actually add up to your exam, because motivation is definitely the thing that we need on the last day of exam, especially on the last day, right? So if you are a self-study student and you haven't taken any classes from anybody, then you can message people who are there on Instagram or LinkedIn. Yeah, LinkedIn, and ask them how was their experience, because they have been in your shoes, right? So they know how would you feel when you are actually giving your paper. So ask them about their tips. You can also message us. You can message people like us on Instagram. There are many people, I think. So it is important to take the right guidance from the people who have actually given the exam, and not the people who have actually not qualified the qualification, because obviously we have more experience, we have given it.
We have a first-hand account basically. All the tutors or mentors who may or may not have given the ACCA exam, they may not know, or maybe it has been a long while since they appeared for their exams. So it is always better to ask someone who has recently experienced the same situation, and they will be able to help you.
Yeah, so seeking help is also very important. So with this we come to an end of our 10 tips, and you can let us know if you have any other questions or any other doubts. We would love to answer them. So
also our DMs on Instagram are always open. You can message us anytime and one of us will get back to you.
Yeah, so thank you for watching.
Thank you.